Back in 2015, the then Democrat-led FCC enacted net neutrality as the law of the land. But just 2 years later, when the administration changed to Republican-led, that action was reversed. Now here in 2024, the once again Democrat-led FCC plans to vote to reverse the reverse and bring back net neutrality. But what does that even mean? And is it even needed anymore? Let's get into it. The idea of net neutrality sounds simple on the face of things, and good for that matter. Basically, net neutrality says your internet service provider can't prioritize one type of data while slowing down another. For instance, if Spectrum is your ISP, under net neutrality, it can't slow down Netflix while speeding up its own video services. Or worse, charge you extra to keep YouTube running fast after artificially slowing it down. We have similar rules in place for other services already, like telecommunications, and we call those common carriers. Your phone service isn't allowed to block you from calling a competitor to keep you from switching, for instance. That's how net neutrality will work if it's readopted. It will reclassify your ISP as a common carrier, just like telephones. Not everyone agrees with the idea of net neutrality or whether or not it's even truly necessary, and there's some evidence to support that question of necessity. After all, we've had net neutrality and had it taken away. When net neutrality first took hold, classifying ISPs as common carriers in 2015, Republican politicians said it would lead to companies abandoning efforts to build out broadband networks, but that never happened. And when net neutrality was repealed in 2017, Democrat politicians claimed it would lead to massive throttling that would disrupt the internet. But that never happened either, thanks to California and other states that instituted net neutrality locally. Even if that wasn't nationwide, it was wide enough. You can even see that shift in reality in the FCC's statement about the vote to bring back net neutrality. Instead of focusing heavily on throttling, it talks about security, stating, "After the prior administration abdicated authority over broadband services, the FCC has been handcuffed from acting to fully secure broadband networks, protect consumer data, and ensure the internet remains fast, open, and fair. A return to the FCC's overwhelmingly popular and court-approved standard of net neutrality will allow the agency to serve once again as a strong consumer advocate of an open internet." End statement. There are plenty of people who argue that net neutrality is still needed and justified. In most of the US, the average person doesn't have a true choice on who they use for an ISP. Most areas have one high-speed option, whether that be Spectrum, Frontier, AT&T, or one of the others. So if your ISP does throttle speeds or imposes data caps, you probably have nowhere to turn. And without net neutrality, no way to stop them. Which is probably why most people, whether Republican or Democrat, support bringing back net neutrality. What are your thoughts? Is this a waste of time or an absolute necessity? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, check out my other video about Sora, the AI that might put creators out of business. And don't forget to subscribe to see more tech news and reviews in the future. Until next time, bye!